everyone, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me for this practice today. If you're new here, I'm Abby, and today I'm going to be guiding you through an energizing vinyasa flow. So we are still working with our theme of the yamas as well, and just a quick kind of overview or introduction to our fourth yama, which is Brahmacharya, and again, how we can interpret and use it in our daily life, in the modern world. This one is about the right use of energy. So how we use our energy. And just having a quick think about how often we use so much energy to try and present ourselves a certain way in the world, to try and change the way we are, the way we look, to always be striving for more. And as we know, and hopefully as we grow to really believe and understand through our yoga practice, everything we need is already there, it's within us. And we can choose to use that energy just in a more productive way, and a way that just benefits us a lot more, rather than kind of wasting the energy on external factors or things that just really aren't going to serve us. So let's get started. We're going to begin today in Baddha Konasana. So if that feels comfortable for you, if you prefer, you can just stay cross-legged. But we're going to bring the soles of the feet together and have a little bit of a wider Baddha Konasana here today. So we're not looking to get the feet really close. Take them a bit wider. You could always prop blocks or cushions underneath the knees. But whenever you're ready, take your time and I'll come to meet you on your mat. Okay, so once you've found the shape that feels comfortable for you, we'll just begin here for a few moments, allowing the hands to rest wherever they naturally sit. Take a few little rolls back of the shoulders, and then just begin to softly close your eyes. Start by tuning into your breath. Without changing anything at this point, become aware of that gentle and steady flow of inhales and exhales. Breathing through the nose if we can. And bringing in that fourth yama, Brahmacharya, into our practice. Using our energy today in however we need to benefit fully. For some of us, that might mean that we are already feeling pretty energized and we want to use that energy, we want to explore, we want to move maybe into new places. But for others, that may mean today we've chosen this practice because we feel that maybe we're lacking a bit of that energy. So maybe using the time to pause a little bit more, to just connect to the breath, to be in stillness. Start to find those deeper breaths. Taking full inhales through the nose, fill up the belly, the chest. And with the exhale, see if you can find a little bit more softness through shoulders, through jaw. Just one more deep breath here. And then next time you inhale, take that breath in through the nose. Sigh it out the mouth. Breathing in through the nose. Sigh it out the mouth. This time breathe in through the nose. Gently seal the lips. Breathe out through the nose. Maybe bringing in our ujjayi breath, that breath that can help create the heat in the body. Our oceanic breath. And gently opening the eyes when you feel ready to. Next time you breathe in, reaching the arms all the way up, interlacing the fingers, and then push the palms away. Maybe taking that gaze up as we gently open through chest and shoulders. One more breath. And then from there, just gently releasing the hands back in between the legs. We're going to take that left hand, and if you can, just slide it underneath the left leg. It might only get a little way, that's absolutely fine. Just as far as feels comfortable for you. And gently resting that leg back on top of the hand, on top of the wrist, if it reaches. And then take an inhale as we reach the right arm all the way up and over, finding that side bend. So for this first bit, try and keep the chest open. Maybe the gaze goes up if that feels okay. And take an inhale to lengthen. As you exhale, taking that right hand behind the head, gently resting there. Take an inhale to open the chest. And then as you exhale, start to reach that right elbow down towards the left hand. Only stretching as far as we need to feel some sensation into the sides of the back, down the QL. So it's an area that often feels pretty tight. So just find your edge, find the place that you need to be in to get a good amount of stretch. And taking one more breath. Inhale, release that right hand, reach it back up towards the ceiling, maybe over to your left. And then exhale, release it down. As we release, let's take that left arm out from under, take the fingertips either side, and just take a little shift through the shoulders. Let's switch sides, taking the right hand underneath that right leg. And again, just as far as we get to, no need to push. Still very early in the practice as well. As you inhale, lift that left arm up and over. One side, again, might feel tighter. This side definitely does for me. Reaching the left fingertips up and opening into the chest. One more inhale as we lengthen. And then exhale, gently placing left hand behind the head. Inhale to open the chest. Reach that left elbow up, and then exhale, start to curl the left elbow down in the direction of the right hand. Again, looking for that stretch down the mid back, the outer back, into the QL. Using the breath here, so with every exhale, maybe easing into that space just a little bit more. Good. Next time you inhale, start to lift up and release that left hand all the way back up towards the ceiling. And then exhale to release it down, releasing the right hand. Again, taking the fingertips just either side of you. Take an inhale to lift the chest this time, maybe lifting the gaze. And then exhale to curl chin to chest. Inhale to lift, open the throat. Exhale, bring it in. Inhale, come into this neutral position, and then just gently release the knees. So you might want to use the hands. Take a little sway of the knees from side to side, just easing out. And then making your way into your tabletop, either sweeping legs around or roll over the knees. Coming onto hands and knees, so this all fours position. Placing the hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. And just start by taking a little bit of a rock from side to side. Easing into the hip space, and then feel that sensation again through sides of the waist, through the back. And then come into that neutral position, push down through the hands, through base knuckles. Take an inhale to lift the chest, drop the belly, lift the sit bones. Exhale, pushing down into your mat as you dome into the back. 2 more like that. Inhale, lifting the chest into your cow pose. And then exhale, reverse. Inhale to lift, find that movement from the pelvis and then ripple the spine. So roll through the spine as you exhale. Next time you inhale, finding that neutral spine. And then you're going to send that left leg behind you and pivot onto the right knee. So think more or less a modified side plank. So side of the left foot is down. And then take an inhale to lift the left arm up. Hold there for a breath as you stretch through left side body. And then next time you breathe in, you're going to lift that right hand, come all the way up through center, and then exhale, left hand connects maybe to that left leg, reach the right arm up, stretch through the right side. Stay for one breath, breathe into that space created through the sides of the waist. And then inhale, bringing it back through center. And as you exhale, we're going to see if we can hover the right hand off the mat. So using now the core muscles, the obliques, to hold us there. As you inhale, start to come back through center. This time, exhaling, just slide the left foot towards you and bend into the knee. Releasing left forearm to thigh in this kind of modified side angle. Reach the right arm overhead. Option to shift a little here into the hips, maybe bending deeper into that knee and finding the sensation in that left inner hip. Keep the chest open, taking one more breath. And then inhale back through center. As you exhale, right hand lowers all the way to the mat and we re-straighten that left leg. Inhale, reach the left arm up. And then if it feels good to increase that stretch by reaching the left arm overhead. Stay for one more breath. Inhale, lengthens. Exhale, lower left hand down to the mat. Come back into your tabletop. So drawing the left knee back underneath the hips. Inhale, open the chest into your cow pose. And then exhale, dome the back. One more there. Inhale, lift. And exhale, reverse. Inhale, lengthen. So find that neutral spine. And then exhale, we're going to pivot on that left leg this time, so sending the right leg out long. Inhale to reach the right arm all the way up towards the ceiling. Find that stretch, stay for one breath. And then next time you breathe in, we lift up off that left hand, keeping the right leg straight for the first one. Reach right hand towards right leg, and then lift the left arm up and over. Inhale, coming back through center, and as you exhale, can we hover the left fingertips? So using the leg muscles, using the core, the obliques. And then inhale through center. Exhale, sliding the right foot towards you so we can bend into right knee. Forearm to right thigh. Lift the left arm up and over. And again, you could have a little bit of movement into the hips. Maybe bending into left knee. A little bit more. Inhale, come back through center. And then exhale, left hand lowers all the way to the mat. Re-straighten right leg, reach the right arm up. An option to take it over the head. Might find, like me, there's a few little clicks in the body. As long as there's no pain, that's okay. One more breath in. And exhale, release. Right hand comes down to the mat. We come back into that tabletop position. This time, tuck the toes under. As you inhale, lift the chest. And then as you exhale, nice and slowly, start to send the sit bones back towards the heel and ripple your way up into your first downward facing dog. As you arrive there, taking any movement that feels good. So maybe really pedaling through the feet. You might want to twist about, come forwards and backwards. In your downward facing dog, just really try and push down through fingertips, through the base knuckles, and then create space in the upper body by pushing back off the hands. And then maybe the knees stay bent, the sit bones are lifted, and the heels can be lifted as well. So focus a little bit more on creating that space in upper body. Holding it there for just one more deep breath. And then inhale, look towards the top of your mat, soften the knees. On the end of your exhale, we're going to step the right foot forward, step the left foot forward. Inhale, lifting the chest halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. And then exhale to fold. Coming into your Uttanasana, maybe we stay here for a few breaths, or maybe you grab opposite elbows and sway in your ragdoll variation. Knees can still be soft and bent here, but try and really release into the upper body. So relax through head and neck. Releasing the hands if you took that ragdoll variation. Soften knees. Inhale to rise all the way up to standing. Ripple up through the spine. As we reach the top, taking the arms up, connect the palms. Bringing the hands to heart center, take a moment to pause. Maybe eyes close. Notice as you close the eyes, the other senses. So what do you hear around you? Does the mind start to drift? Notice whenever this happens throughout your practice, know that it is so normal. Our minds, we are addicted to thinking. We're always thinking. So just notice it and then gently see if you can tune back in either to the sound of your breath, that Ujjayi breath, those loud breaths, or maybe to sensations in the body. As you inhale, eyes open, arms lift. Take that big reach. Option for a little back bend as you squeeze the glutes and lift the chest. And then exhale to dive it down. Inhale, chest lifts halfway. Exhale, plant the hands on the mat. Step it back to your downward facing dog. As you inhale, ripple the body forward, high plank, and then moving through your vinyasa, so maybe lowering the knees, or knees, chest, chin, lower all the way down, controlled. Inhale to ripple open, either into your cobra or up dog, and then exhale to wave it back to downward facing dog. Take a big breath in as you push down through the hands, you lift the sit bones high, and then exhale there. One more inhale and exhale. Inhale, look towards the top of your mat, soften through the knees. Again, stepping forward, so left foot first and then right foot. Inhale, lifting the chest halfway. Exhale to fold. Inhale as we root to rise, push down through the feet all the way to standing, reach the arms up. And then exhale to dive it down. So send the chest forward, send the hips back. Inhale, lifting the chest halfway, ripple up through the spine. Exhale, plant the hands, step it back to your downward facing dog. Inhale, ripples the body forward into your high plank. Exhale, your vinyasa, so maybe we lower knees, coming down one straight line. Then inhale to open the chest, pull the shoulders back, whichever back bend we're doing. And then exhale to tuck the toes, send it back, downward facing dog. Again, a breath to arrive into your shape, into your downward facing dog. So inhale, push through the hands. Exhale there. One more inhale. Exhale. Inhale, coming high onto the toes, gaze forward. At the end of your exhale, either take in a few steps again, or you could take a light jump to the top of your mat. Inhale, lifts the chest halfway, lead with the crown of the head. And then exhale to soften and fold. Inhale as we root to rise all the way up to standing, ripple up through the spine. And then exhale, hands through heart center, come into your Tadasana, release the hands by the sides. Rooting down through the feet, you can either have feet hips width or big toes touching as we come into our Utkatasana. So as you inhale, sweep the arms all the way down and then reach the hands up. If that doesn't feel good for your shoulders, you can keep hands at heart center. Try and have that little tilt of the pelvis, and then open through the chest without, if we can, without sticking the bum out. Maybe sit a little bit lower into your chair pose. One more breath in. And then exhale to fold. Inhale, lifts the chest. Exhale, plant the hands, this time stepping or jumping back to your plank. Moving straight through your vinyasa. So you could either lower the knees, you could also skip the vinyasas throughout this practice. And we meet back in downward facing dog. Take one breath in, one breath out. Good. Bringing the toes to touch at the back of your mat. Next time you inhale, lift the right leg. And then exhale, right foot towards the right thumb. Spin the back heel down, finding your way into your warrior one. Sweep the arms up. Reach up through the fingertips. See if you can push down through that back pinky toe. And if this shape doesn't work for you, you can just lift the heel or come into your high lunge. It's not for everybody. You might want to widen the feet a little bit as well. But we're looking as best we can to bend into right knee and then to square the hips forward. Take one more breath in. And then exhale, frame in that right foot. Step it back, option to vinyasa here. As we start to create the heat in the body. But again, if you are not feeling for that today, if your energy levels are feeling a little bit lower, take the opportunity, take this class as an opportunity to slow down, to rest. Bringing toes together at the back of your mat, take an inhale to lift the left leg. Exhale, look forward as best we can. We step the left foot towards the left thumb, spinning that back heel down, and then inhale, rises up into that warrior one. Again, if this feels okay and we don't get that pinching in lower back and there's no knee pain, push down through that right pinky toe. Square the hips forward and bend into left knee. One more inhale as we reach up, and then exhale, frame the foot, step it back, option to vinyasa. And again, choose your vinyasas, lowering the knees. You could take single leg vinyasas if you are feeling energetic today. We wave it back to downward facing dog. Take a big breath in through the nose. Sigh it out. Inhale, look forward, come high onto the toes, a step or a jump to the top of your mat. Inhale, lift the chest halfway. Exhale to fold. Utkatasana as you breathe in, so sweep the fingertips down and then reach the arms up. Again, maybe sitting a little lower into that chair if there's space. And then just that slight tuck of the pelvis in so it feels like it's in a neutral position. One more breath in. And then as you exhale, push down through the feet, rise all the way to standing, hands through heart center, and then back into your Tadasana. A little roll back of the shoulders as we take a moment, again, maybe closing the eyes to reset the breath. Notice how we're feeling. Now we've had that bit of movement in the body. Has anything shifted? Has anything changed? As we come to stillness, where does the mind go? Bring it back to that breath. So either your Ujjayi breath, if you are working with that, or if not, just those audible inhales and exhales. Good. As you inhale, arms lift, eyes open, reach up, optional back bend. Exhale to dive it down. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, plant the hands, your vinyasa or straight to downward facing dog. So again, choose step, jump or skip. As in skip the vinyasa. You could skip it back. Coming into your downward facing dog again. One breath, so consciously arrive into the shape. So inhale to push down through the hands and send the sit bones up and back. Exhale. Inhale, we're going to lift the right leg up and then exhale to bend into the right knee and open into the hip. We're not here for too long. Try and keep the shoulders squared as we lift through that right knee. Take one more inhale to lengthen And then as you exhale, look forward, bring your knee towards the chest, and then step the right foot through. Lowering the back knee, coming into your low lunge. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale to have a little tilt in the pelvis, so a squeeze of the glutes forward. Inhale there. Exhale. Finding a little flow with our breath, so you can choose whether to have the back toes tucked or untucked. Take an inhale to lengthen. As you exhale, cactus the arms, lift the chest and start to ease into the hip space. Inhale, reach the arms up, come to neutral. And then as you exhale, sweep the arms forward, lean the body forward and start to straighten right leg. You could release hands to blocks or mat, or you're going to hover and sweep the arms behind. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale to cactus. Find that flow with your breath. Inhale, reach. Exhale, lean forward. Come into that Ardha Hanumasana, either the balance or lower the hands. Inhale, lift. Exhale, cactus. Find space. Don't worry about what it looks like. Find that flow with your breath. Exhale, forward. One more there. Inhale, lift. Exhale, open and expand through chest. Inhale, lift. And then exhale, take it back into your Ardha Hanumasana or half split. And then option to keep in the balance, or maybe reach the hands forward. You could bring one or both hands to blocks. So find the place that allows you to comfortably feel the stretch through the right hamstring. Pulling the right toes towards you, pull that right leg back into the hip socket. With every inhale, think about reaching the crown of the head forward. And then with every exhale, maybe softening into your fold. You could keep the knee bent. One last breath. Inhale, slowly walk in the hands forward. You may want to grab hands to blocks for this bit. And then we're going to tuck the back toe and lift the back knee. Holding it there. As you breathe in, lift through the chest. Really push through back heel at the same time. And then as you breathe out, pull back. Maybe staying here or maybe beginning to lift the right toes off the mat. Again, you can keep the bend in the knee, or you could have hands on blocks. If you have 2 blocks or even 1 block could be helpful. Release through head and neck. Try and see if you can look towards that back foot. Last breath. And then inhale, come forward. Find that length through the chest. And then exhale to plant the hands. See if you can bring knee to chest. Sweep it all the way back. Downward facing dog. Optional vinyasa. If you're taking the vinyasas, see how slow you can move with your breath. Lower in with control. Inhale to open through spine. And exhale to wave it back. Again, let's take a releasing breath. So inhale, push down through hands. Exhale there. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale to bend into left knee. Find space through the hip. Try and push down through left hand. Keep chest facing your mat. As best you can, relax into your head and neck. One more breath in to lift that left knee. And then as you breathe out, looking forward, that knee comes through to chest. Lift as high as you can onto the back toes. And then step the left foot through. Lowering the back knee with toes tucked or untucked. Inhale, bring it up into your low lunge. For this first bit, again, just have that squeeze forward through the pelvis, a squeeze of the right glute. And then again, we find our flow with the breath. So inhale, exhale to lean forward as we lift the chest, cactus or open the arms. Inhale, bring it back to neutral, and then exhale to lean forward over front leg. Flex the left toes, take the arms back in a balance or rest the hands down. Inhale, bring it up. It might be a little wobbly. Exhale to open and expand. Inhale, reach. Exhale, send it back. Inhale, lift, and again, just find that flow with your breath. See if you can just flow from one movement to the next. Last one here. And then we hold that half split. So again, you could stay in the balance. You could release hands to blocks. You could walk the hands forward. Flexing left toes, pulling that left leg towards you. As you inhale, lift the chest. And as you exhale, soften into your fold. And finding that perfect place for ourselves today between effort and ease. And last breath there. And as you inhale, start to walk forward, tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, lift the chest. You might be on fingertips or blocks. And then exhale, wave it back. Maybe curling the left toes towards you. Going into this extended variation of our pyramid pose. Maybe looking towards that right foot. One last breath. Inhale, rolls the body forward, lifting the chest. Push through the back heel. And then exhale to plant the hands down. If you can, knee to chest, and then step it all the way back, downward facing dog. Again, stay here, or vinyasa, as you take it really slow with your breath. We meet back in our downward facing dog. Option to take a child's pose for a few breaths, or we're going to come into our Anutahasana, so we're going to come into our puppy pose. So lowering the knees down all the way to the mat with control. Again, you can untuck the toes here, and then you're just going to start to walk the fingertips forward. You might be on hands. You might be up a little higher today. We want to try and imagine where the hips are above the knees. Maybe the forehead comes to rest down on the block or on a mat. You could even take the chin down if that feels comfortable. You just decide that right amount of stretch for your body. You could play around with coming onto fingertips. One last breath. And then slowly just begin to walk the hands back towards you. Tuck the toes under as you inhale, lift the chest. And then exhale, waves it back, downward facing dog. You might want to have a little go at shifting the hips from side to side in your downward facing dog. And just see how that feels for the lower back. Okay, come into stillness when you're ready. As you inhale, lift the right leg high. This time just look forward, bringing right knee to chest, and then we step it all the way through. If it needs a hand, just bring it through. Keeping the back knee lifted, look forward, rise up into your high lunge. As you arrive there, roll the shoulders back. If we can, if it feels okay, push through the back heel, or you could always have a bend in the back knee. Squeeze of the inner thighs together, lift the chest, maybe gaze up. Take one more big breath in. And then as you breathe out, start to lean the weight forward, forward, forward. And we're going to see if we can come into our standing split as controlled as possible. So again, you might want to bring hands to blocks. Lengthen through the chest. Firstly, we're going to keep the left foot squared down towards the mat. Take an inhale there. And then as you exhale, bring left knee behind the right and bend both the knees. Inhale, send that left leg high. Exhale, bend right, left knee behind right. Inhale, send it high. Exhale to bend. Last one there, inhale, send it high. And then as you exhale, left knee behind the right. And see if you can slide it all the way down to your mat. You might need to shuffle a little bit there. We're going to take the right arm overhead. Inhale, lift the left arm. And then exhale into your twist. So you could use left elbow or you could hug that right leg. With every inhale, lengthen. And every exhale, maybe taking that gaze either to the side or over right shoulder. One last breath. And then as you inhale, we're going to take both of the hands over and see if we can come back into that standing split. So plant the hands down, push through the feet, and then lift that left leg high. From here, you might want to stay exploring variations of your standing split, or you're going to just step the right foot back a little bit. And we're just going to take a few little hops, and they don't have to be high. So you're going to push down through the hands, look forward, and maybe we just take a few little hops. Again, if you're not feeling that, just stay exploring your standing split. And again, don't worry about how high the hops are. When you've had enough there, we're all going to meet by moving through a vinyasa, and I'll give you an option to take a jump back. So you can, of course, just step back to downward facing dog. Or on that right leg, we're going to see if we can take a jump and jump the right leg back. And then either keep the leg lifted or lower down to move through your vinyasa. Again, just a little option to play around with if you would like it. But have that check-in as you come back to your downward facing dog and see how much energy you're feeling like you have now. And are we using it wisely? We don't want to push ourselves to the point where we become super tired. One more breath in through the nose. Sigh it out. As you inhale, lift the left leg high, and then exhale, look forward. And again, high onto the right toes. That left knee comes through to chest. And then we step it through. Again, we can always just give it a hand. Making sure feet are staggered to help with our balance as we rise up, this time high lunge. So taking the arms up above the head. If it feels okay, we push through back heel, we bend into left knee. Little roll back of the shoulders. Good. Taking one more breath in. And then exhale to start to lean the body forward. Can we come into a controlled standing split? Keeping the right toes facing down towards the mat to begin. Maybe a little lift of the chest there. Take an inhale to push through right foot. And then exhale, right knee comes behind the left and we bend into left knee. Inhale, send it back. Exhale to bend. Inhale, send the right leg back. Exhale to bend. This time, inhale, send it back. And then exhale, right knee behind the left, and see if you can. You might need to lift the heel for this. I definitely do need to. See if you can slide the right knee all the way down to the mat, and then lower the sit bones, ready for that twist. Sweeping that left arm over behind the left sit bones. Inhale, reach the right arm high. And then exhale into your twist. Again, you could either use the elbow or the hand on the left thigh. Good, one last breath. And then inhale, sweeping the hands over, bringing the hands to the front of your mat. Push down through the left foot especially as we see if we can bring ourselves back up into our standing split. And again, same options. This is our last little bit of playing out. So same options as the other side. You can hop the left foot back a bit and take a few Small jumps. I'm not going to do too many because I don't want to kill the plants, but take whatever feels good. So you might want to come into a fold now if you don't want to do standing split. You could play around with opening and closing through right hip. Just have a little time to explore. If you're taking those hops, again, just bring your gaze slightly forward between the thumbs. Taking another breath or two, and then if you did it on the other side, maybe having a go at that jump. So you look forwards, you really bend into left leg, and then lift and step it or jump it back. Option for your final vinyasa. Coming back to your downward facing dog. Take a big breath in through the nose. And sigh it out. Inhale, come high onto the toes, look forward. We're going to bring it through to seated. So you could either take a few little steps and just come to seated. You could step the right foot to the left wrist, the left foot to the right wrist, come down, or if you would like to jump through, jump through. Once you arrive there though, extending the legs out, give them a little bit of a shake. And taking the hands just behind you, so the fingertips face forward. You've got two options. First of all, we're just going to take a moment to lift through the chest, reset the breath, and then either reverse tabletop or reverse plank. So you're either going to bend through the knees, and as you inhale, lift the hips, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze the glutes, or extend the legs and see if you can try and bring the toes down to the mat, squeezing through the glutes, and just allow the head to be wherever feels comfortable. We don't want to kind of fling it back too much, but find a place that feels just like the right amount of opening. One more deep breath. And then we all come to meet by lowering the sit bones back down to the mat. Flex the feet. Take an inhale to lift the arms. And exhale to fold into your Paschimottanasana, grabbing hold of whatever we get to there. Might be the feet, you might want to use a strap. Or grab in around the calves or thighs. Maybe the knees are bent as you inhale, lengthen. And then exhale, fold. Inhale, slowly waving the body up. Just scooch forward slightly, and then we're just going to roll it all the way down onto our backs. From there, take the arms out wide and just gently drop the knees from side to side. And also, this is your time as we come to the end of our practice to take any final movements. If you have an inversion in your practice that you find energizing, please feel free to go there. You could just take legs in the air. And then from there, bringing the hands behind the thighs. If you're still in your inversion, take time. But we're going to come to meet seated, any comfortable seated position. Maybe that's cross-legged. Take a little roll through shoulders. And then just as we come to close our practice, we're just going to take our hands. We're going to bring the thumbs to gently close off the ears and then the hands over the eyes. So a little bit of withdrawal of the senses. So bringing the thumbs to the ears, the hands over the eyes with the eyes closed. Taking those deep breaths in through the nose. You can exhale out the nose or out the mouth. And bring it back to this moment. Listen into the sounds of your body, to the internal sounds. And gently release the hands into the lap. If you would like to come to lie down for Shavasana, if you have time, please do go there. But if not, just staying seated for the final few moments. And remembering, as we move off the mat today, seeing if we can take this practice with us, being a little bit more mindful of how we use our energy, and also noticing how much energy we use on those thoughts that aren't serving us, thoughts that we're not enough, that we're not doing enough. See if you can just be aware as they come in, and then bring your attention back. All we have is this moment, is the now. Try and take the energy away from worrying about past or future. There is nothing to be done in this moment, nothing to change. We'll bring the hands together at heart center in Anjali Mudra. Tuck chin to chest. Taking a final releasing breath together. When you're ready, inhale through the nose. Sigh it out. Bringing the thumbs to the third eye. Giving a little massage to the space between the eyebrows. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining me for this practice. I hope you feel good. I hope you are feeling a little bit more energized than maybe when you began. As always, please do let me know your feedback, your thoughts, and I hope to practice with you again here really soon. Thank you.